All right, welcome everyone to another simulation session here today. I think we're gonna look at gold here, unless if someone wants to do pound yen. But I think gold will be a very very good start as always. I've always loved gold, simulating gold. Yeah, gold's cool. There we go, perfect. Gold is cool. We're gonna go with gold. So we're gonna close all these charts here first, and I have a link for the simulator. It's free. So I'm going to see if I can find, if I find it, then I'm going to paste it in Slack. If I don't paste it in Slack, that means I didn't find it. All right, new simulation. We're going to choose gold. First, we got to pick out the dates over here. So we're running in January. So we're going to do January 2022, December 2022, 31st, whatever. We're going to choose Sundays because that's when the market's basically open. Um, and we need, let's do 20 dates. All right, do 20 dates. Oh, nice. We got some 20 dates over here. All right, so we got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Oh, we got all 12 months over here. October, okay. Let's do 2nd October. March 20th. March 20th and 2nd October. All right, so we're going to need votes for October or March. Next person to say the month. Oh, October. All right, perfect. October. We're going to do 9th October. Let's do 9th October. Closer to someone's birthday, I know. So we're going to do 9th October 2022. All right, gold. We're going to start with, I don't know, we're going to start with Christmas money, $3,000. Some money we got over the Christmas. We're going to gamble that in the markets, even though our parents tell us not to do, but we're still going to continue to do it. This is basically initial history on the charts. This is like, how many days back you want to see. So we're going to change that to 150, actually 300, because that just shows you 300, daily candles to the left hand side. All right. I get the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. Okay. Looks like it's adding the chart, or what's going on over here. Oh, all right. So we got daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, and we're gonna get the 30-minute. The 15-minute, I'm not gonna be, actively looking at the 16-minute. I don't see that this is recording. This is being recorded. Yes, it's been 3 minutes and 7 seconds. 10 seconds now. Yeah, so it's being recorded. So I'm not going to take a look at the 15-minute. Maybe we're going to have 15 minutes just to gauge where price will go, but mostly the confirmations I'm going to be looking at is going to be on our 30-minute and the 1 hour time frames. Let's open these charts here slowly, one by one, right over here, and done. All right, so we got the daily. We have 4 hour here. Okay, we have 1 hour here. Awesome, and we got 30 minutes. Okay, so let's do this. So we're gonna start off with pre-London, and we're gonna go all the way till pre-New York or New York Open to see if we can get like if we can get like a continuation trade from pre-London to pre-New York, that's gonna be great. But if you can get one trade in pre-London and London Open, and then another one during pre-New York and New York Open, I think that's gonna be good too. So we're also going to be focusing on managing risk and trade management as price goes in profits, trailing stop losses if we have the opportunity. So that's something we're going to be looking at here as well. So let's move on towards our pre-London. So this is pre-London right now, 8, 9, 10. So this is around 1 a.m. Eastern, 2 hours before London Open. So we're going to take a look at this here. Let's take a look on the daily here as well. Now, looking at the daily, we can clearly see that the daily candles made. So let's do this over here. We got charts, and we need line studies. Okay, perfect. So daily created a high. So I would assume that maybe the daily is retracing to probably create some sort of a support at this point and then continue to push up. That could be the idea here, but that may not happen now or whatever. So let's take a look on the 4 hour time frame. Looking at the 4 hour, it seems like that the new 4 hour candle is about to start. We did have some sort of a support forming, which price broke down. Now it's time to continue pushing down. Looking to the left hand side, we have clean candles. This is like, oh wow, it's like 200 pip move, maybe going all the way down over here. Okay. Now, at the same time, there was a rejection here to the left hand side as well. Now, if this rejection was of any some sort of like importance, price may have rejected this area here as well as start to move up. But we can take a look at this rejection and say that, okay, if price is coming down, maybe, just maybe, we may reject from this area. So let's take a look on the 1 hour time frame. Now looking at the 1 hour, let's do this, scale fix so we can adjust the charts here. Awesome. Now looking at the 1 hour time frame, we need to see that, okay, where is price moving at this point? And it's very easy to state that, okay, price is basically moving bearish. Now, if we're moving bearish, did we create a resistance or did we break a support? Resistance created was right here. Awesome. Support broken was somewhere over here, and now we're coming down. Now, just by looking at this, I think the first idea would be that wait for price to, retrace, create resistance, and then continue pushing down. But also, let's take, okay, looking at the left-hand side, we have clean candles. Awesome, perfect. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. Looking at the 30-minute, now we have some more information. Let's do this, properties, scale fix. And all right, let's take a look on the 30-minute. Now, the 30-minute is creating a situation where if the new 30-minute candle breaks below the low of the previous one, I think there's a very good possibility that price can continue to push down. But in the other hand, if we, at the same time, we're creating a resistance around, I would say like 1689, if we can break above this area, then this range we have is around 33, 35, 36 pips over here. The price can break above that area and then continue to push up. That's of something like, that's somewhat important right here. So I think we're just going to wait. We're going to wait to see how price basically reacts to this area and how we move forward. So let's see here. We're going to play this, and then all we got to do is just wait. Waiting is the name of the game. But if you do break below this area, I think there's a very, very good probability we can continue pushing down. Amazing probability we can continue pushing down. We just got to break below that area. Let's speed it up here a little bit. The only buys I see is above, like 1689, 60, where price can continue to push up. But it's starting to push down now. The 15-minute candle is also about to close, and we shall see whether this would make sense for price to move, or will it just going to be like, a whatever? Because essentially what I'm trying to see a move like this that happened here. Price broke below the low and then continued to push down. Even if you measure this range, it's like a 16 pip range. It's basically not enough. It's not enough range at all. So yeah, just got to be very, very careful here. All right. So yeah, I guess we just stuck. Let's speed it up here a little bit more. Candle is coming to a close. And as the candle comes to a close, I think we're going to see if we're just going to consolidate or are we going to break above this area to continue pushing up. That is the question. Oh, we are trying to break above this area. Let's see whether are we successful or is it just like, basically a whatever break. Because essentially we need to see a break and close. That's what we want to see. All right. Okay, so there we go. We have closed at this area. Now, if the next candle breaks above the high around 1689, I think that's a very good opportunity for price to move up. If reversing trend, would you have to wait for resistance to create it and broken? Yes. See this right now? If this candle breaks above the high, I think there's a very good opportunity for price to move up. Because if you take a look at this candle that you see, this one right here, this candle, it closed above the candles to the left-hand side. So I was hoping to see that this new candle can break above the highs to go up, but I guess that's not going to happen because we got to wait for confirmations, right? And there's no confirmation here at all. Nothing. Absolutely nothing happening. So I guess we're just going to have to just sit around and wait around basically to see what price is going to do. So let's speed it up here a little bit. Let's wait to see how these candles are going to close. We're still consolidating. So see now we've created a support and we have also created a resistance, which means that price is basically consolidating at this point. We're coming up towards the London Open here as well, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see how London Open reacts to this movement of price. Oh wow, look at that. We're coming down over here now. Beautiful. New candle has started. This is still pre-London. Now we're definitely consolidating. Prices printing side by side. Candles are also side by side. I mean, yeah, we're just consolidating at this point. If this new candle we broke, if we break below 1684, 950, I think we can continue pushing down with volume. Because right now we've only had volume from the Asian session, and we're just kind of like ranging in our pre-London London Open. So nothing is happening at this point. Let's speed it up here a little bit. Oh wow, look at that. We're about to break up over here now. Beautiful. If we do break up, I think we'll have to break above. See, here's the thing. We'll have to break above this wick right here. We got to break above that wick. If we don't break above that wick, then there's no buys. So we're just waiting. We got 9 simulation minutes left for the candle to close. And I guess if we can. Oh, wow, look at that. We came down over here. Came down in the scene, and this is still pre-London. We're about to break below that wick to the left-hand side. Almost. There we go. So we've broken below that wick in the first 3 minutes. So I think this is a very good probability for price to continue pushing down because we have volume time at this point, pre-London. So yeah, let's do this over here. So we're going to go with the risk percentage, visual mode. So this is going to be a first trade. Maybe go with like a 0.5% risk, right? We're going to go with the 0.5% risk. Stop is going to be above this current candle, and TP obviously we have like a 200 pip range, so I guess the TP is going to be all the way down. There we go. We're in profits. We should continue pushing down now, and I guess not. See this candle? It's breaking its own high at this point. Now, it didn't happen quickly. It happened in 5 minutes because we took the trade at 33. It's 937 now. It's breaking its own high. So if it's breaking its own high, there's a very high probability it can continue pushing up. So probably going to close 50% because it's breaking its own high at this point. And, oh, yeah. Oh, well. We thought we had the break. We thought candle broke below, and that would have been the ideal position for price to move, but I guess not. I guess it had to retrace a little bit more, but you know, there we go. We're going down now. If we break its own low now, I think we can give our trade a second chance. So this is going to be where we can give our trade a second chance. Yes, Coach Vic, you're absolutely correct. But this new candle, look at this. If this candle respects the high and breaks its own low now, I think we can give our trade a second chance and continue pushing down. So that's something we'll have to wait for here now. Let's slow it down here a little bit. We got 3 minutes in. Oh, we've broken that high. Yeah, this is just consolidating now at this point, man. So tough. My coffee's gone cold and we still haven't had a trade yet. There's one opportunity. I think this is. Oh, God damn. Where's this thing going? We're still consolidating here now. Okay, okay. Let's speed it up here a little bit. I guess we'll have to wait for this candle to close, the 30-minute candle. It's all about waiting for the candles to close. Like, if you can wait for a candle to close the way you want it to close, you're going to have a winning trade. I mean, if you look at the previous candle here, this was a great opportunity for price to go down, but we managed risk. That's all what we did. We just managed risk like good people, like good Samaritans, and that's it. The candle's about to close, and candle has closed. Wow, look at this. So now, if this candle breaks below the low, I think we can give our trade a second chance. Yeah, I think that's going to be. Oh, there we go. We are breaking the low in the first few seconds. This is where, yeah, the first few seconds. I don't know about this. First few seconds, I would like it if it makes a wick and breaks its own low. I think that's going to be much better confirmation. Yeah, wow, look at that. Yeah, that's crazy the way we're moving at this point. That is nuts. So much waiting around. Do we have any news? Yeah, we have no news. Still so much waiting around over here. It's coming. Is it making a top wick or it's about to break its own low? What's going on over here? Yeah, we're breaking its own low now. Now, at this point, if it's breaking its own low, Coach Vic is right. We're going to send it. We're going to send it again. Visual mode is on. We're going to take a sell. The problem here is that the stops are kind of big, so we have to consult the smaller time frame. That's what we got to do. Um, so we got to consult the small time frame. Let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. On the 15-minute, it's still almost like the same thing. So let's scale fix this over here because if there's volume and we're breaking its own low to continue down, I think it still should be okay if it's. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yep, now we're in the clear. I think we should continue pushing down now at this point. We are in the clear. Candle's about to close. We've broken below the low. This is basically giving our trade a second chance. And I think this little move over here could bring us to break even. Oh, wow, look at that. We're up about 20 pips at this point. So they're probably going to close partials, close 90% because, we're basically at break even. So that's why it's very important to close partials and let the rest run. Nice one. First trade. Oh, wow, look at that. Went up to like 22, 23 pips over here. The candle's about to close. New candle has started. Beautiful. Consult the 15-minute. Yeah, nice. See, taking a sell now, right here, would be very, very bad. And this is a mistake that people make all the time. That this now you've had this candle move down, this big candle, and if you've missed out on the sell, you're gonna see this candle break the low. You're like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take a sell. But what you don't understand is that when you're taking a sell at this point, as it's breaking a low, you have to understand that the price has moved away from a zone. The more price moves away from a zone, the more difficult it is for the continuation to happen. Sometimes the continuation is going to happen, but most times there's going to be a probability that price may retrace up. And then you get caught in that retracement. So if you see a big candle leaving a zone and you're not a part of that trade, just look at that and ask yourself, how could you have been a part of that trade? How? Because price went, price went for the like what's the word over there, price went without you, so now you have to understand that how could you have been a part of that trade. Now when you see it, look at this right here, there's a probability. I think there's a slight probability it can continue pushing down, and then I think there's like probably like a higher probability for it to maybe just retrace or whatever. But if it goes down, that's perfectly fine, that's no problem at all. But the problem is that you taking a sell, you winning a trade, and then you're doing it over and over again. you're going to continue losing. What's the range below that area? 200 pips. We have a 200 pip range below that area. See this now? This is actually what, yeah, see that? That's a rejection right there. This wick, if this is a 15-minute candle closing bullish, I think it's a rejection. Yeah, that's a rejection right there. Because the 15-minute candle closed bullish. So we'll have to wait around now for some sort of retracement probably, because we can get a retracement and then move down. That's good. Manage stops based off of 1 hour, 30 minute when letting trades run. That's totally up to you. I look at on I manage my stops based on 30 minute and 15 minute sometimes. Look at this. The runner is still running. We're at 34 pips at this point in case we forgot, right? So we're going to close this right here because we're getting some sort of rejections. So we're going to close this whole trade and yeah, one trade done. Now we're moving into pre-New York, and pre-New York is doing some sort of retracement, right? So I closed the trade once this candle broke the high of the previous candle. So I decided to close my runner. So you can see right now we're coming up over here now. We're probably going to do some sort of a retracement, and then we're probably going to continue on pushing down. Continue to push down, downtown. We're going to see how things set up. Oh, look at that. Huge rejection over there. The new candle has started. Do you see the bodies of the candle? Even though we have a rejection, but notice how the bodies of the candles are forming, right? We had a big body candle. We had like a smaller body. We still had a solid body, but this one right here, it had a huge rejection, which means that massive cells are in play. But look at the body of this candle. The body of this candle is a small body. What does this mean? What does this mean in terms of volume? In terms of volume, this means that the volume to go down is probably decreasing. So whatever happens at this point, even if it breaks, oh wow, it broke the low. Even if it broke the low, I'm not gonna get caught in this mess because the bodies of the candles are gonna tell you what's actually gonna happen in the market. So if the body of the candle closed a small body, this means that the volume going down is decreasing. Something's happening that we may not like. So I'm not going to try to execute on this. Now we're coming into the 6 a.m. time. Look at this candle now. Candle closed bullish. What does this mean? There's a high probability for price to continue pushing up. Right? So, yeah, very tough. Very, very tough over here, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very tough. Oh, wow, look at that. The candle's closing bearish here. See, these things we don't know. Even if this candle closes bearish, it needs to close a strong. Oh, look at this candle here now. Can this mean that we can continue pushing bearish? No, it does not mean like that. See on the 1 hour time frame, candle is small body. 30-minute time frame, this means that you can easily take sells on the 30-minute time frame, but the thing is you need all the time frames to be in your favor, right? So if you look on the 15-minute time frame, we can see 15-minute is rejecting this area here to the left hand side. This is a rejection over here. Unless we can break the low, we can continue to push down. Hello guys, I'm new here. Hey, hello. Yeah, this is tough. I don't like this at all. Just took one trade and we're breaking below. I mean, we're still kind of like rejecting this area, so I don't like this here at all. So probably let's move on over to the next day here now. Oh, yeah, difficult. This was the only clean trade. See how clean this trade was? Easy move down, and that's it, right? So let's move on over. 2 hours before London Open. Let's move on to that one. This will be 8. 2 hours before London Open. Let's take a look on the daily time frame. Looking at the daily. Wow, look at that. So remember this area we drew? Daily basically broke and close below this area, which means that this move up and back down, this whole move, this now essentially becomes a fake out. So maybe daily can continue to push down, but we're also coming up towards some sort of a support to the left hand side as well. Let's take a look on the 4 hour time frame. Looking at the 4 hour, we have a support to the left hand side, and also the 4 hour has created a resistance. So if we can break above 1674, this resistance, I think there's a very good probability for price to move up. And other than that, I think we'll have to take a look on the smaller time frames. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, we can identify clearly we had a support to the left hand side, we had a resistance right over here, and looking more to the left, I think we are coming into this rejection area. So we'll have to be very careful to see how we're going to execute a trade from this level. Let's clone this over to our 30-minute time frame. Let's take a look on the 30-minute now. Okay, so 30-minute is basically in a tough spot. I don't like the way it's forming. We basically have a rejection at this point. I think the only good trade we may see on gold would maybe be a candle to break and close above 1666 for price to continue pushing up in this range, because essentially this is a clean range, right? And that's what we want to see for price to, like, maybe continue in that range. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, yeah, it's just tough, man. The way the 30-minute candle is set up, how big is this range anyway? It's like 29, 30 pips above this wick. This is like 18 pips. I think above this area would be much better, because you have a pretty good range, especially to like 1668, 1669, half of this range. Very good. Very good. So, yeah, I think it's going to be better to maybe, so we'll see. Oh, wow, this thing is moving pretty fast. The 30-minute candle is about to close in 3, 2, 1. 30-minute candle has closed. Let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute is consolidating. It's very easy to tell how the 15-minute candle is basically consolidating. Looking back at the 30-minute here now, so we're just kind of like, um, yeah, it's just in this, above this wick. This is like 13 pips away, so it's not that good anyway. So again, I think a good trade is going to be above 1666. That's going to be a very, very, very good trade if we can get it, because we have clean candles to the left hand side. Very clean candles to the left hand side. All right, so the 15-minute candle has closed. Let's see over here. We're closing bullish candle over here. Very bullish candle. I think next one, if we break the high, we can continue pushing up, but we'll have to wait for our confirmation. That will be on the 30-minute time frame. 9 simulation minutes left. All right. Oh, wow. Look at that. We're breaking and closing above this area. I wonder how it's going to close here now. If it closes above, that's going to be great. But if it closes with a wick and closes below support, I think that's going to be a problem. And we have closed above. Hello. Hey. All right. One sec. Paul Blake. Happy birthday, man. Hope you have a great, great birthday. Amazing. Okay, so we got the candle closing above. Yeah, I think it's great. If the next candle can just wick down, break above the high, very, very easy trade. Simple idea, I hope, I guess. That's all we can plan for. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, looks like looks like no retracement. Yeah, I guess we moved up in the first few seconds, but if we can create a low, yeah, nothing. Nothing. Very tough. Had high hopes. Had high hopes to execute on this, but if we can break the low, break its own low, and start to break the high of the previous candle again, I think that maybe the 15 minute. See right there. Let's take a look on the 15 minute. 15-minute candle is also about to close bullish. Yeah, right there. See that? We closed bullish at this point above this area, and now the new 15-minute candle is starting. So if we're looking at the new 15-minute candle, this is where we gotta look at things in more detail, because obviously if the bias is bullish as the next candle closed above and you're thinking, okay, we still have volume. Now looking at the smaller time frames, we see the 15-minute candle closed above. So what's the probability that the next candle can just, dump down, versus what's the probability it can go up? So there's always going to be a higher probability. You're going to say, okay, you know what, it can go up, but it can go down. So whatever you say first, that has the higher probability. And I've been looking at this for quite a while now, that when price breaks the high in the first few seconds or minutes and whatever, and continues to push up, and then it comes down, creates a low, and once it breaks the high of the previous candle again, I've seen there has been, like higher probabilities for price to continue to basically push up in the direction that it needed to go. So based on that, let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. Yes, below the 15-minute candle. As long as it respects the low on the 15-minute, it should still continue to push up. I would think so. Yeah, this is idea is still in progress, because logically it's still closed above and we're still in high volume time at this point. Yeah, there we go. We are pushing up now. Around 10 pips, 11 pips. The problem is there's this rejection here to the left hand side, which I don't necessarily like, and we're also coming up towards London Open. So probably maybe close partials here, put stops at break even, and let's see. Oh wow, look at that. Candle close with no wick on the top. Yeah, that's something I definitely don't like, because whenever you got a candle closing with no wick on the top, that's a 50-50 chance that price may go up or it may go down. So even though it looks great, closing above a range, clean candles to the left hand side, we got high volume, pre-London, high volume, price can move, but a candle closed with no wick on the top, there's a 50-50 chance. And this candle is about to close in about, 13, 12 simulation minutes. And the way it's pulling back, yeah, it's that was a good idea to basically close, because the candle also closed with no wick on the top. So maybe we're coming down to do some sort of retest. Oh wow, look at that. Maybe some sort of fake out to go down. Rejection wick to the left is on a bearish candle, still considered rejection. Yeah, a rejection is a rejection. A rejection is a rejection. So at this point now, I don't even know. The 30-minute candle, it closed above support. Awesome. If the next 30-minute candle can close bullish, we've created a new resistance. So then we're going to have a range. This is tough. This is very tough. I'm not going to say this is easy. This simulation is very tough. How to identify a fake out? If this 30-minute candle would have closed below this range, then it would have been. Man, there's a webinar for that. There's a webinar in Market Fluidity, and there's also a webinar in SRC. So we got London Open over here. London Open, and nothing is, if we come back in the range, then it's basically nothing happening at this point. Look, so now we're breaking below the low. Maybe we can go down, but the range is 18, 19 pip range. Not enough range to execute a sell. How far back? The most recent one. Like if I'm looking at price action here, I'm not going to take a look at this area or this one. I'm just going to look at the most recent one was right here to the left, and a small time frame. Like I mean, this one was right here to the left hand side, and the candle closed with the wick on the top. So that was just like a confirmation that okay, maybe there's a problem over there. So you can see how the candle is closing and the wicks are bigger than the bodies. So these are just rejections. Oh wow, look at that 30-minute candle coming up. For that buy, would you have considered dynamic risk when buying on an open candle? No, there was no dynamic risk. It was just a straight entry. Um, so yeah, the candle's about to close, and yeah, we'll see. One simulation minutes and 3, 2, 1. New 30-minute candle has started. It's let's take a look on the 15-minute. Yeah, look at those bodies, man. The body is also like small body. It's just 30-minute candle is also. I mean, it closed below the range, but it's still not enough range. It's like 11, 10 pips. What are you going to do with 11, 10 pips? Nothing. With 11, 10 pips, can't even buy diapers on a 10-cent lot if you get 10, 11 pips. You know what? Yeah, nothing. Waiting around for the candles to close. That's it. Do we have any news? We have no news. Oh, we have some. We have Bailey speaking later on, but that doesn't affect what we're trying to do here now. Yeah, this is a tough simulation day over here. Just discipline, waiting, basically waiting for candles to print something that you can identify that, oh, I've seen this before and let me execute on this. But yeah, a new hour candle is about to start, and yeah, it looks like we're just rejecting down over here. Yeah, we're just rejecting over here. Wouldn't be surprised if this candle retests this area. That's going to be good. Oh, look at that. Yeah, nothing. Maybe if we can break above this resistance, we can take a second buy for price to move up in this 40 pip range. Oh, damn, what's going on over here? Take a buy. This is where people take impulse buys because they see candle move quickly. They're like, oh shit, I'm missing the move. I'm missing the move. Let me take a buy. And you take a buy. And I mean, if it goes up, then you're going to make money. But, more often than not, it just retraces all the way down. You're like, oh man, why can't I be disciplined? Please, for once, let me be disciplined. But yeah, those things do happen. So yeah, I guess this candle's about to close over here now. In 3, 2, 1, candle closed. Nothing. But you know what is happening though? We're creating new zones, right? I don't think I've talked about that in any webinars, but we're creating new zones now, right? Because look, initially we had the support, and now we're creating a new support right here on the 30-minute time frame, right? And we're also creating a resistance right here on the 30-minute time frame. Now we have this new range. It's like a 42 pip range, which we can do nothing about. That's basically what it is. It's 42 pip range, which means nothing to us. So we're going to remove this, probably bring this down over here. Actually, we may be able to do something because if this is a 46 pip range and we're creating clean candles here, essentially, maybe there's something to do on the 15-minute time frame. Following zones, yeah, I would say so. See that 15-minute candle? But it still keeps pushing down. That's the problem. It's just very, very tough. Extremely tough. Look at this, just range, side by side, nothing happening over here. Absolute nothing. If you're watching this now, like the recording, I'm sorry to waste your time, but there's basically nothing has happened. Best to look at the high time frame at this point. Yeah, but still, like I mean, looking at the high time frame now, it's still just consolidating. We're at a massive 4-hour support. Even if this new 4-hour candle breaks below this low, this is like 24 pips away. Massive, massive support. Massive support on the daily here as well. So it's just basically a waste of time here. We're in pre-New York here, slowly coming up to pre-New York, and it's just absolutely devastating how price is printing. But something's going to happen. There has to be a break, because the longer price consolidates, the longer price ranges, there has to be a break. I just want to see how we move into NY Open. That's all what I want to see, because I want to see this break happen. And if it happens below this area or wherever it happens, I think, yeah, we'll see. Still pushing down over here very massively. Wait to see how this candle closes. Next bar. Oh, we're coming down over here, but we're also going up. Yeah, let's just move on to the next one. 30-minute candle close bullish, 15-minute candle close bullish below the support area, 30-minute also below the support area. Oh, next one goes up. Oh, next one goes further, further, further. Okay, whatever. All right, let's move on to, oh, what happened over here? Damn. This happened. This was new. Okay, Bailey was speaking. Awesome. No, he was speaking later on. Anyway, wow. Wow, big moves. Just when you're done for the day, you come back to the charts, you look at the charts, you're like, what happened in the market? What was that all about, man? All right, let's move on towards our pre-London session here again. Once again, we have pre-London. We are at 0.9% gain so far. There was a trade on Monday. There was no trade on Tuesday. Well, whatever, small little trade. It doesn't even really matter. So let's remove all these zones. Awesome. So looking at the daily, obviously daily is closing below this area. The candle is closing with the small body candle. Small body candle basically means that the volume going down may be decreasing. May be decreasing, right? So let's take a look on the 4-hour. Looking at the 4-hour, we got support. We have obviously a resistance right here, and the next 4-hour candle can move up because we're creating a support. This is a 132 pip range, which is a very big range. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, 1-hour candle is also making a comeback here to potentially move up. This is actually very interesting, because if we're creating a big bullish candle here, I think the next candle has I would say maybe it has a higher probability to continue pushing up. I would say up, maybe up to this range here, like 1682, 130 pip range, even up to like 92 pip range, 94 pip range. I think that's a very good idea, and this is something of a trade that will happen during the whole session, right? So this is something of a trade that I would take in a live stream. No, not a live stream, but during a London session, because you got a 4-hour candle that's closing bullish at support. So what's the probability that the next 4-hour candle can make a wick down and then continue pushing up? I think there's a higher probability. Now, if we take a look on the daily time frame, looking at the daily, we can see the daily candles. We have a big bearish candle, and small bearish candle, which means that the volume to go down in daily is probably decreasing here a little bit. Maybe it's decreasing here a little bit. So, yeah, I think this is going to be somewhat of a trade to take on these higher time frames for price to continue. So I'm going to do that. So there's going to be a buy right here. This is going to be intercession trade. Obviously, take profit is going to be all the way up over here, but we're going to adjust that. Having a stop loss below the 4-hour, this is going to be pretty big pips, right? It's going to be like 83 pip stop, but that's too big of a stop loss. So we're going to have it based off of the 1-hour time frame, because if the 1-hour is creating these higher highs and higher lows, this means that those higher highs and higher lows should create the overall 4-hour candle to continue pushing up. So this is an intercession trade that we're taking, but we're also kind of like visualizing the 4-hour to make a lower wick and then to continue pushing up. But if price has to move up, it has to respect the previous low of the 1-hour candle. This low right here. It has to respect this low. That's the only reason why price should continue pushing up. That's the only way we should continue to push up. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Oh wow, look at that. 30-minute time frame is also kind of like, moving here. Beautiful. So if we take a look on the 4-hour, see this 4-hour candle? It's pushing bullish at this time. We're breaking the high, and once we start breaking the high, there's a very good probability we can continue pushing up. So I think maybe like, the 50% of this range would be good, like, 74, 75, because that's normally when prices start to retrace here a little bit. Looking at the 30-minute, oh wow, look at that. 30-minute candle is also moving nicely. 74, we're coming up towards almost like the 50% of this range right here. So remember what I said, the more price moves away from a zone, the higher the probability for it to retrace a little bit, right? So from the 1-hour, we've moved up. The 4-hour candle has also moved away from the zone. So you also got to understand the 4-hour candle started maybe 2 hours ago, and it has like maybe 2 more hours left for it to close, right? So let's just close around 90% and put stops at break even. Yeah, intercession trade. 4-hour, looked at the daily. Daily is moving up. 1-hour candle is also moving bullish. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, just beautiful 30-minute time frame. Apart from this retracement we had, I think could have added a position as the 30-minute candle moved up, but just worked out pretty good, right? So now we're bullish. If we come down to create support, I think we can take another buy for price to move up because we got this clean range here to the left hand side. Don't need to wait for resistance to first one buys, then I'll come to this consolidation. Yes, Sam, you're correct. Absolutely correct. So now we're coming down towards to create some sort of a support. If we can create support, hopefully, well, we got one support right here. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that expert placement of the stop loss. Just a expert placement. Oh, yeah, too bad. Too bad, so sad. Oh, what the hell's going on over here? We're coming straight down towards support, which is great, actually. That's amazing because now look what's happened, guys. We've created a high, right? We're coming down towards support. All we got to do All price has to do is to create a support and then for price to continue pushing up to retest this high. That's all what price needs to do. So remember, Tuesday was a garbage day, right? Tuesday was garbage. But now we're coming in Wednesday. Wednesday Wednesday is going to be a better day for price to move. Look at that candle. Wow. Just gotta wait for price to create some sort of a support. Just gotta wait for price to create some sort of a support. Can we take it on the 15-minute? Can we take it on 15-minute? I would say so, yes, because we got clean range, we got support formed, we got volume, right? We got all these confirmations that price can go up. I think it would be a sin not to take this trade. This would be a massive sin not to execute on this. That's what we're looking at. That's it. If we lose 1%. If we win big. That's the whole idea. All right. We have some time left for the candle to close. 15-minute candle is pushing bullish. It needs to close. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at the way it closed. It closed by making a higher low and a higher high. And now it's breaking above the high. So what are we going to do at this point? We're going to trail our stop below the low of this 15-minute, right? So we lose less than 1% if it continues to push down. Wow, look at that volume coming up. That volume in London session should continue pushing. I've seen there's a lot of volume in London session, and that volume in London session, it makes price fill these zones. What the hell is this 15-minute doing? But the 30-minute candle is still open, so we have to trust that it should retest this area theoretically. Theoretically, we should retest this area. I think this would be good enough right here. I'm not sure whether it's going to continue pushing up or not, but we're coming up towards some sort of rejection here. So probably going to close 90% and leave the rest running. Yeah, I think this is going to be a... Oh, nice. It's pushing up higher, basically. But we're at a very, very strong rejection area. So that was a pretty good idea here too, right? Wait for support to form and then price can go up. Could have also done that on the 30-minute close as well, but 15 minutes. So notice how the 30-minute was very, very clean, solid confirmation, but 15-minute was a little bit boom up, boom rejection. But the next candle didn't break the low. Even though it rejected, it still respected the previous low to make a higher low. All right. So do we have any news? We have PPI for USD, and that's about it. We got FMC later on, and that's it. Would you have held full position after it went back in drawdown after being up 20 pips? No, not in London session. I don't do that. In London session, I've learned to hold it. So, oh, this would have been also a pretty good idea for an impulse entry for price to break above this high to continue up to retest this high, 25 pips, 26 pips. Awesome. So we're coming up into pre-New York slowly, but we're consolidating. Yeah, this is when we come to the live streams and people see my trades. They're like, "Oh, you won on the London session. How come you're not winning in New York session now, today, on this day?" Because price is ranging. Can't do anything when price is ranging. Have faith in your stop loss. Also, it's important to have faith in the lows as well. If the lows are not being broken, you're still good in the trade. Yeah, I mean, if the lows get broken, the worst that's going to happen is that you close 50%. You're going to manage risk. The new thing I'm learning now is how to look at the body of the VIX to anticipate. Yes, that's correct. That's absolutely correct. So we have pre-New York. I think we're just going to consolidate. Yeah, just garbage. Nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Absolutely. Oh, wow. What the hell's happening here with gold? Oh, there we got the break. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. This will be all right, pre-London. Let's take a look on the daily here. Looking at the daily time frame, we have the same information basically. But I think what the daily is doing differently now is, let me scale fix this here. I think what the daily is doing differently now is that we're basically maybe creating a support. And if this daily candle breaks its own high, I think there's a probability for price to continue pushing up, right? Same thing that happened on the 4 hour, if you guys remember, right? Same thing that happened on the 4 hour. Looking at the 4 hour now, 4 hour is just very choppy over here. We got a resistance on the 4 hour, and it's just a mess. Let's ignore 4 hour. All right, let's take a look on the 1 hour here now. So 1 hour has some more information, some very beautiful information, I must say. It's very difficult to ignore what 1 hour is saying. And then we also got the support on the 1 hour candle forming here as well. So once we have the support forming here in the 1 hour, I think this is screaming to take sells, right? You guys think these are great sells, right? Even looking at the 30-minute, yeah, this looks like amazing, amazing, amazing buys. This is just insane buys over here. Price is just saying, hey man, this is a great idea to take buys. Same as previous trade for buy in 1 hour. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, even looking at the 1 hour, looking at the 30-minute, yeah, it's great. Even looking at the 15-minute, it's great. The 15-minute is closing with no wick on the top. Oh, there's also a rejection here, like 9 pips away. Maybe go with a smaller lot size. because we got overwhelming evidence on the 30-minute and the 1 hour that price would continue to push up. But we buy on a downtrend. No, we got clean range. All right, so what do we got to do? We got to remove this take profit in case we catch all the pips. And yeah, oh, hold on. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. So, yeah, I guess not. So, yeah, so like the basic idea was for price to come down and then break the high and continue pushing up in this clean range. But yeah, but I guess that's not gonna happen. I guess not today. Price was probably like, well, not today, brother. Not today is gonna happen. Partials at those mini resistance. Yeah, was hoping for partials at mini resistance, but I guess nothing. So yeah, let's just wait for this candle to close now because the one thing about discipline is that if you're taking a trade, let's say based off of the 1 hour time frame, and you lose the trade, just wait for that 1 hour candle to close. Don't go in after 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Wait for that 1 hour candle to close. Even if you're taking it on a 30-minute time frame, wait for that 30-minute candle to close. So here we go. The candle is closing. Um, we have a candle closing with no wick on the bottom. And if a candle is closing with no wick on the bottom, let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. If the next See, I want to say if the next candle breaks the low, we can continue pushing down because we do have wicks to the left hand side, and these are rejections. These are only rejections if price is coming down without breaking and closing below support. Right? So I'm going to repeat that. We have rejections to the left hand side. If price is moving down without breaking or closing below support, then that's going to be considered rejection. For example, let's say that we had this candle here, right? This candle here was coming down, straight down. Then taking a sell on this would have been very difficult because then we wouldn't know whether this candle will reject these areas to the left or not. We just wouldn't know. But from what we see now, here is that the candle, it basically broke and closed below the support. So any candle that like maybe breaks below this area, there's a high probability that these wicks to the left hand side, it considers them as wick fills instead of rejections. But even though these are wick fills, this is still like 12 pips, 17 pips, 20 pips all the way here, so it's not worth it. Even like thinking about taking cells, it should be a crime. Oh wow, look at that. Well, the candle closed with no wick, so what do you expect? Yeah, very difficult. Difficult price action over here. I thought that we're gonna have an easy trade for price to move up, but I guess nothing. We're also coming closer towards London Open in 45 minutes. Oh wow, look at that. We're moving down maybe 4 pips. All right. Absolutely nothing. This isn't even enough range. It's like, 12 pip range, 13 pip range. I mean, it's very difficult. And this candle also closed with no wick and those wicks over here now. So if we can create some resistance, I think there's a very good opportunity for price to continue pushing down. So a candle closed with no wicks is on the top is 50-50 chance to go up or down. That's correct. That is absolutely and utterly correct. Let's take a look on the 1 hour time frame, whatever. Oh, yeah, 1 hour is whatever. 30-minute is whatever. We're maybe rejecting that area. We have London Open coming up here now. And 3, 2, 1. This is London Open. Looking at the 1 hour, 1 hour candle close below, 30-minute candle close below, but the bodies of the candles, they're becoming smaller, right? So even though the 4 hour is saying we could go down, 1 hour candle, if we break the low, we can go down. But the 30-minute candle body is getting smaller. So how many confirmations you change your bias, I can't put a number on the number of confirmations I need. It's like saying how many times you gotta pedal your bike to see when you're gonna go fast. it just depends. There's not a set number. But here in the 30 minute, the candle body is getting smaller, so I don't think this is a good idea to even maybe articulating a sell because the body's getting smaller. 15 minute, 30 minute. Yeah, just gonna wait over here. The candle bodies are getting smaller. So the probability of price going down becomes weaker unless we can close back in the range and this move becomes a fake out. I think that would be good, but we'll see. Candle's coming to a close. Let's move one bar. Oh, wow. Candle has closed. We have closed bullish. 1 hour candle is still open. 30-minute candle is still open. And we're making a lower wick. Oh, very deep lower wick. Didn't expect that. Was just expecting it to break the high of the previous candle so it can continue to push up, but formed a very deep lower wick over here. And we're about to break the high. 15-minute candle is about to close. We got rejections here to the left hand side. Very tough. Very, very tough. I'm trying to see how the 15-minute candle is going to close so we can see if we can get some sort of oh, very tough. Look at this. We're at this rejection area on the 15-minute time frame. A very, very heavy rejection area. Yeah, that's a very heavy rejection area. Even if it breaks up, there was no confirmation to take this buy. There was no confirmation. Nothing. Who would have known? Nobody. Nobody would have known. The only thing we can wait for now is, I mean, probably for price to retest here, create support, and then continue pushing up. How much is this? 20, 27 up till here, 34 pips. Yeah, very tough. 15-minute rejection. If we create some sort of, like a support, I think we can continue pushing up here because we tried moving down, but we couldn't move down. We tried. And that move up, I think that would look good on the daily here as well for the daily to move up. Yeah. So yeah, let's see how the 30-minute candle is going to close. I think it's going to be interesting the way it closes the 30-minute candle. This zone, yeah. 30-minute candle is going to close in 3, 2. Hey, Ravinder, take care, brother. Oh wow, look at that. 30-minute candle close with a huge rejection, small body. If the next candle breaks the high, I think this is going to be a very, very easy trade for price to continue. Yeah, see right there in the first few seconds. This is, you've seen it like a lot of times. If you can just close your eyes and say that, okay, you know what? There's a very high probability price is going to continue to push up. Oh, this is TP. Oh, yeah, like 10 pip stop, no problem. Take profit. Obviously, we never have take profits. We gauge the moves, but yeah, I mean, we're breaking above this high. 1 hour candle is bullish. Daily candle is also bullish. Look at that. I think we can fill the daily wick. What's that? 1777? Yeah. I think that daily wick can be filled pretty amazingly. So we're going to aim for that daily wick fill here. The candle is about to close. I plot zones on the 30-minute and the 1 hour. Daily candle starting to move up slowly but surely. You can see the new hour is starting now, and boom, new 4 hour candle has started right over here. And if you look at this 4 hour candle, you can see how this is also now gauging to move up. So let's remove all these zones over here. Yeah, see the 4 hour? We just know that the next 4 hour candle has to make a lower wick and continue to push up and probably fill this wick here to the left hand side. The 4 hour, you can just watch it and visualize that that's where it should be moving. Looking at the 1 hour, looking at the at the daily here. Wow, look at that. We're actually coming up to possibly fill this wick over here slowly. Since we're coming up towards a wick fill or rejection area, just going to close partials, close like, what, like 90%, and stops at break even, and yeah, let the rest run, because now we're coming up to rejection area. We don't know whether it will continue to push up all the way, or will it just like, reject from this rejection area. Oh, never mind. It actually pushed up 15 more pips. Long time waiting. Waited a long time for this move. Waited for a long time and watched price move up and down, but yeah, this came in through. This came in through very nicely. Let's see what happens next. Oh, rejection, rejection. Oh, the runner is still running well into the NY Open. Let's take a look on the daily. Yeah, daily has really moved up. Beautiful. So the runner is about 57 pips over here. So we're going to close this position. Nice. Very nice. Didn't really expect that move up, but oh, what the hell happened here? Oh, we had CPI. Oh, we forgot about CPI. I'm like, what the hell's happening? Wow, that's massive, massive, massive move. Crazy. Yeah, we missed it. Anyway, we don't trade news anyway. So let's move on to the next one. This is going to be Friday. We normally don't do Friday. Oh, yeah, corrected the whole move because of inflation, I guess. What was the outcome here? Past events. It was good. Oh yeah, it was good. Oh, it was good CPI. Do you avoid trading London on news days or okay? Yeah, it's okay. Even when there's like price structure, it's still okay to trade like that. Where do we get access to the free? I'd like to Baker. In the beginning, I specifically said that you just have to watch the recording. Now your punishment is to watch the recording on what I said about the software FX. I announced it. So that's your punishment for not listening. Oh, you wasn't here? Okay, okay. Yeah, so I said that I'm going to post a link if I find it. If I find it. If I don't post a link, that means I didn't find it. But if I post a link, that means I found it. So by the end of today, you're going to see it. All right, so this is Friday here, last day of the week, up about 6%. Let's take a look on the daily. Oh wow, daily is just trouble. Look at that daily, just rejection and just madness over here. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hours coming up. 4 hours creating a basically we're creating a support. We got support right here in the 4 hour time frame. Come on, man. Yeah, 4 hour support right here. We have a resistance on the 4 hour at this point. So basically the 4 hour candle, I guess we're closing above this resistance to potentially continue pushing up. On one of the trade today, you were careful about 15-minute resistance, but in the current trade, what made you confident hold the trade over 30-minute resistance? What made me confident? It was, hold on over here. So it was the daily, first of all, the daily to move up to fill the wick. We had the 4 hour candle that closed above this area. We had the 1 hour that moved above this area. We had the 30-minute that, where is it? Yeah, right here. We had the 30-minute that basically created that structure. But overall, it was the daily bias for price to fill the wick. That's all what it was. All right. 1 hour candles. We are creating resistance. Okay. And we are creating support. Also, we have some sort of a problem over here. So let's remove these. And the problem here is the support on the 30-minute, which is not really a problem because if we can break below support on the 30-minute, we have a very clean candle moving all the way down. Very, very, very clean candle moving all the way down. And I think that would be a very good trade to take for price to move down. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to wait for. Easy trade. We're going to wait for an easy trade for price to move down, take a trade, call it a day, and that's it. Simulation finished. Will you be going live for the next week CPI news using buy? CPI next week. I'll see. I'll be in Dubai next week, so we'll see. January, I'm doing a lot of traveling. I'll be in Dubai next week. Week after that, I'm going to be free for a little bit. And so let's see over here. So I'll be in Dubai from Tuesday till 13th. And then next week after that, I'm going to be free. And then I'm traveling to Australia on the 23rd. So then I think from February, the streams can continue normally. But yeah, January is filled with travel. What's your trade on NFP? Congrats. Oh, thank you. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I actually missed the initial trade on NFP. Our relative is in the hospital, so we've been in and out of the hospital like for the past 3 weeks. So yeah, I've been just dealing with that. Anyway, so we're coming up over here. Price is breaking above the highs. It just needs to close above this area to take a buy. If it doesn't close, then there's no trade. So we're just gonna wait over here. If we got resistance here, we have to wait for candle to break and close above this area for price. Oh, nothing. Nothing happened. I guess next one. Let's see over here. We have new candle breaking above. Are we going to close above? See, we can't take a buy as it breaks above because the resistance, this is a very strong resistance here to the left hand side. So, yeah. Singapore boot camp, probably we're going to announce the dates next week. Yeah. And everything related to that. Why the numbers were good on NFP and price still go reverse? I don't know. That's how the news work. It was a lot of manipulation. A lot of manipulation. How do we know there's going to be manipulation? We don't know if there's going to be manipulation or not. So, yeah, so awesome. So now we're coming up to this rejection area. The only way the price is going to break through this resistance on the 30-minute is if I would say maybe we can come down to create support and then continue pushing up. That's the only way I see that price can break above that resistance. See, now we have this new candle forming now. This candle has to come down, create support. We can take a buy and we can continue to push up and call it a simulation because the 4 hour is bullish and everything is bullish. We just got this resistance right here that we're stuck on. We got to break above that area for price to move up. That's all what we got to do. Break above that area for price to move up. All right, we got a London Open coming up. London Open is coming up very soon. And after that London Open comes up, oh, what's going on over here? Is this a fake out? Is this a fake out? Do you have any webinar how to read news? No. There's no webinar on how to read news. You learn how to read news years, over years and over months. Because if someone can say, hey man, the USD news, if it's going to be good, gold's going to go down, you're going to be like, all right, perfect. And then if that doesn't happen, there are a lot of other fundamentals at play. So news, you truly understand after like 3-4 years. You truly start to understand the news. And that's where I'm at now. I think, yeah, I think I'm far beyond 3-4 years, but I really started to understand news in 2020 when this whole COVID thing happened. COVID, inflation, and stimulus checks. That's when I really started to understand, like, what's happening in the economy, and like how can I use that to my advantage and stuff like that. So anyway, London Open, and yeah, this is just I don't know what Price is trying to do over here. Where I mean, definitely looks like a fake out. I mean, if we break below the low of the previous candle, right, yeah, right here, this is definitely a fake out now because we tried to break up, couldn't break up, came back down, price broke below the low. So it's the last trade of the simulation anyway. So we're gonna go with the small risk, like 0.25%. Nothing major, just very tiny risk, 0.25. If it's a fake out, it should break below this area and continue pushing down. If it's truly a fake out, because we've broken below the low, we're coming down. The candle's about to close in about 10 simulation minutes. Let's speed it up. Oh, wow. Definitely this is a fake out at this point, man. Yeah, this is just massive move down. 0.25 risk, nothing major. You know what? God damn. What's happening over here? See, taking a sell now is not good, but if we can create some sort of resistance here, I think that's going to be a good idea for price to continue to push down. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. Oh, 4 hours coming down, 1 hour is whatever. Yeah, we need some sort of resistance forming for price to move down. I think that's going to be good. Good example of a fake out? Yeah, thank you. All right. We're coming up. See how the 15-minute candle looks. Can you explain where you took the fake out entry? Yeah, as it broke below the low, that's where I took the entry. I even explained it. So, okay, so we just gotta wait to see if we create some sort of resistance. If we do, I think that's a very good opportunity for price to move down. We got 10 simulation minutes left. Let's speed it up here a little bit. All right, we're moving. We got 5 simulation minutes left. Oh, wow, we're coming right back up in this range. Oh, damn. What's going on over here? We got a double fake out. 15-minute candle is, will it form bearish for price to move down, or will it just drop down? I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like what makes you hold trade 90% profit when profit hit? Well, when there are a lot of rejections, I close 90%. When there's clean candles, I tend to hold them. So this right here, I mean, if we break the previous, yeah, right here, see we're breaking below the lows. I think, oh, could have entered right over here as well. I'm not gonna execute on this, but since we're breaking below the lows here via volume, London session, there's a very good probability we can continue to go down. And I also remember this too, like we do actually come all the way down over here. Now that I'm watching this, I remember price playing out. It actually went way further than this. Let's see if my memory is correct. If you skip this bar. Oh, yes, I do remember this. Yeah, it went way beyond this. Time to pray Fajr prayer. So good luck. Good night. Good night, sir. Have a great day. Yeah, oh, wow, awesome. Continue just demolishing supports and pushing price down. Very nice. This is when there was a lot of news floating around as well. Will this live be safe to rewatch? Yes, so it's going to be placed in the simulations section in Market Fluidity in about 3 to 4 hours. So you can watch it after that. But thank you so much for everyone joining in. I appreciate it. There was a great lessons learned. We waited for consolidation. We waited for candles to print what we want to see printed, and then we executed. So thanks, guys. It's going to be uploaded to the database. Uh, Oh, first time simulation session. Awesome. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Have a great, great, great weekend.